Hello friends, this is Preeti Melamnisi, founder of October Lily Wellness, and welcome to this part of the How Are You Guided Meditation series reflection. And today's reflection is centered on body wisdom, paying attention to your body signals. Throughout the series we explored different breathwork techniques and each with its own intention. As we practiced, we became more aware of the breath's rhythm, its depth or shallowness, and the way it travels through the body. And often, when the breath deepens, the body begins to reveal what it's been holding. If you followed and listened to the series, you may sometimes have noticed sensations rising to the surface. Sometimes the tension in your throat may have been unprocessed emotions. Sometimes the restlessness you experience could have been old memories stirred from the discomfort of sitting in stillness. Maybe the clenched jaw was holding unspoken dread or anger, or the swelling of tears, emotions waiting to be acknowledged, heavy shoulders from the weight of your responsibilities, a chest that felt clogged, a heartbeat you could barely feel, or even a racing heartbeat, an uneasy gut, tight hips, sore feet, or even your breath that flowed easily on only one side of the body, a possible reflection of an imbalance between your inner masculine and feminine energies. The body speaks in all of these ways. The inquiry here is, are we listening? Experts across medicine, psychology, neuroscience, trauma research, and embodied movement all express one consistent truth. The body is a storyteller. It speaks long before the mind forms language. Dr. Gabor Mate, trauma expert and author of When the Body Says No, teaches that when emotional truth is suppressed, the body becomes the final messenger. This shows up as stress, chronic tension, illness, and shutdown. This can all be the body saying, please pay attention to me. Carl Jung, pioneer of depth psychology, left us with, what you do not make conscious will quietly run your life. He believed that the body communicates details from the unconscious mind through sensations, impulses, and patterns we can and must learn to interpret. Dr. Bessel van der Kolk, author of The Body Keeps the Score, shows us how trauma reshapes one's breathing patterns, muscle tension, and the nervous system. What this essentially means is that the body repeats what it has lived through until it feels safe enough to live and express differently. A mentee movement guided by Chris Kabbs teaches us to treat the body as an archive, an ancient library of memory, because sensations in the body become coded information, guiding us back to alignment and inner safety. Dr. Brené Brown, researcher and author, emphasizes that emotions live in the body. Naming what we feel reduces overwhelm, supports regulation, and restores one's sense of agency. Dr. Ngumisa Jalata, South African neurosurgeon, highlights how stress, trauma, and generational pressures reshape our neural pathways, especially in communities built on survival, resilience, and inherited emotional burdens. Her work looks at how the brain and the body develop patterns, not just from our individual experiences, but from what our families and communities have lived through. Across all these voices, one truth stands clear. Your body is not betraying you. Your body is informing you. Your body signals a wisdom. Let's segue then into decoding commonly used phrases related to body wisdom. We often are speaking and referring to my nervous system regulation, dysregulated nervous system, fight, flight, freeze or fawn. What does it all mean? So your nervous system is your body's communication network. Just think about this as your emotional Wi-Fi connection, right? When your connection is strong, this is your connection to your emotional world. You feel grounded and present in your body. When your connection is disrupted, everything feels hard. Breathing, resting, thinking, even relating. Just like Wi-Fi, the quality and the strength of your internal connection depends on your proximity to it. The closer you are to your emotional world, your needs, your emotions, your feelings, body signals, the better you function and the more skillfully you respond to your external stimuli. This is your external world, the demands from your external world. The further you are from your emotional world, the more reactive, overwhelmed, or shut down you become. So your nervous system is always asking one question: am I safe or am I not? And the answer relies on your memories, your environment, your emotions, your lived experiences, and the predictive mind. So, two main alarm modes your body goes into. One, fight, flight, freeze. So this is when your body senses a threat. You may start experiencing anxiety, irritability, shutdown, restlessness, overthinking, or emotional overwhelm. For example, if your manager sends you a message saying, "We need to talk," your chest tightens, your stomach drops. Why? Your predictive mind associates this with a past fear, past memory, a past experience, a conflict, shame, and not necessarily the present reality, because we may not necessarily be in any form of trouble. This is your body trying to protect you when your chest tightens, when your stomach drops. And the second alarm mode here is the rest and digest mode, when you're feeling safe. So this is when your body senses safety. You experience deeper breathing, a sense of calm, clarity, emotional openness, better digestion, and physical ease. So for example, when your body senses safety, you're someone then who feels safe just in general. Your shoulders naturally drop, your breath deepens, your mind softens, and you feel more like yourself. And this is where healing happens. Nervous system regulation versus nervous system dysregulation. So a regulated nervous system is flexible, it is grounded, responsive instead of reactive. It's able to return to balance after stress, open, curious, and connected. A dysregulated nervous system is overwhelmed, it's shut down, it's easily triggered, it's stuck in high alertness or numbness, it's disconnected from its body cues. And how you can regulate your nervous system. This means how you can help your body recognize that it does not need to be in survival mode at all times or ever at all. Gentle ways to do this is slow and long breathing techniques. This sends a signal of safety to your brain because it says to your brain, you're present and we are fine. when you take a long inhale and a long exhale. How you can also ground is you can feel and touch your feet, massage your feet. It brings you back in the moment. Touch something that is textured. I sometimes just use bubble wraps to press those bubbles just to keep me grounded in the moment and keep me at a place of calm, right? So something textured, just hold onto it and maybe rub against it. And movement as well. Stretching, walking, shaking tension, dancing, connection, talking to somebody you trust, hugging somebody longer than you usually would, someone you trust, resting. Pause, close your eyes for 60 seconds, lie down, be silent. Rest does not have to be dramatic. Even a quiet pause resets your internal wiring. And why all of this matters for you as a partner, as a parent, as a friend, a leader, co-worker, and for your values, your boundaries, emotional well-being, and even your financial decisions. When your nervous system is supported, your body signals become clearer. You're able to recognize what is anxiety versus what is intuition. You take fewer things personally. You respond instead of react. You choose from a place of alignment and not fear. And I'm going to have to include this one that is very relatable. You spot red flags sooner about anything. And as we end this reflection, remember, your body is not separate from your healing. It is your healing. The work is not to ignore your body, but to return to it consistently, gently, and with curiosity. And daily, what you can do for yourself to check in with how your breath is moving in your body. What is my energy saying today? What does my body need right now? These check-ins create big shifts. And in closing, this is inspired by Africa Brooke. She's my go-to when I feel like I need to return to embodiment of whatever the teachings that I also impart, right? So Africa Brooke speaks about coming home to ourselves requires honesty and courage. The courage to tell the truth about what we feel, what we need, and where we are. Her work teaches that embodiment is integrity in action. Integrity is one of my personal values. Listening to your body is choosing to live from truth instead of survival. And as you move through your days, keep asking, what is my body saying right now? And am I willing to honor it? Because every time you pause and listen, you're returning home, back to yourself, back to truth, back to wholeness. The inquiry here is, are you listening? Catch you in the next reflection. Thank you for listening.